another view from the van with Paul from Magpie 24/7. Driving strong opinions on everything Newcastle United. Magpie 24/7. By fans, for fans.
How's everybody doing? It is Paul from Magpie 24/7, out and about, back in the van with another view from the van. After England, for the first time since 1966, defeat Germany in a major tournament, dump the Germans back out, have Wiedersehen, pet, see you later. The Germans are sent home early from the tournament. That will be a major shock to them. Tears in the Germany end of the stadium, but yeah, absolute mental scenes, limbs, craziness from from the 40,000 England supporters who were in there. And yeah, I just want to say, first of all, that is more what it's about. Football without fans has been so shit, it's been unbelievable. But to see the atmosphere last night, the stands bouncing, it just makes, even watching on the TV back at home, it makes it a better spectacle, with just the sights and the sounds and everything else that that comes with it. I thought they were the 12th man behind the team, and they roared them on. There was just, to me, with the energy from the stands, there was no doubt about the result. Was the football champagne? No, it wasn't. There was a couple of performances which I was a bit scratching my head about. Jermaine Jenas, in fact, both of the commentators for BBC, fuck me, please let ITV have the bigger games, because every time Jenas is there, I put a tweet out last night, you want to claw your ears out, you want to claw your eyes out, because he's up there with Michael Owen in shite commentary stakes. He really is. But I'm going to take nothing away from the result and what it means to the country, and what it means to this side of the draw. Because there's no doubt that was the major obstacle to overcome. And now, unfortunately, Emil Kraft Sweden went out after extra time, which was probably again a good thing for England with such a quick turnaround. But it's Ukraine that stands between us and a place in the semi-finals. It is absolutely craziness. So England have to go in as favourites, travelling to Rome. It's coming Rome. Football's coming Rome. I won't sing. I won't put you through that. But yeah, it's a major opportunity. You have to say, with the greatest of respect to Ukraine, I think they're going to be missing one or two as well. They've just played extra time. It's not like it's a footballing superpower, but heed warning England. Think Iceland. It can happen. So you've got to apply the same sort of intensity, concentration, game plan, desire, heart, whatever you want to say, for this game coming up, as they've done against Germany. It's no good defeating Germany and then going out against Ukraine. You've got to build on it. You've got to go towards it. And like I said, first win over them since 1966, but it means nothing if we don't go ahead and win the thing. We've got to be in it to win it, and that's got to be the mentality of the team. We want to win. Anything else is looked upon and frowned upon as a bit of a failure. But yeah, like I touched on before, was it champagne football? Was it fuck? Did it need to be? Probably not. With Newcastle's manager there, masterminding things, Graham Jones, from the sidelines, it is a little bit Bruce Ball-esque at times, you've got to admit. But certainly it's been effective so far. I think we've not conceded now, it's about 9.5 hours. So very much building upon a solid defensive base. I was screaming in the second half, get Grealish on. We had two holders in the midfield. obviously 3 centre backs. I thought Maguire was mint today. I must admit, I must just slide that in there. But I was screaming to take one of them holding midfielders off and play somebody, a Grealish, a Foden, somebody a little bit more on the front foot. I thought the lad from Arsenal again was probably our best player for the majority of the game. I thought Kane looked sluggish, slow, lethargic, like he was carrying a knock or something. But I will say that once you get crosses in, he seemed a different beast. So that's something England need to work on to get more out of him. And it was no doubt that when Grealish come on, there was a spark there. There was a few crosses. There was some attacking intent. Kane was more involved. He got a really good second. Sterling, who else in this tournament, gets England on the merry way. And you were just literally buzzing. Not so much, like you say, at the quality of the champagne football and out like that. But just everything in context of who we were playing and the occasion was fantastic, and we managed that really, really well. It's fair to say, credit to Southgate, who has had criticisms from myself truly and many others, but he managed the situation really well. And redemption surely for him at the end. He's sitting there with a clenched fist up to the sky, but no doubt that he must have been shitting himself when Muller was played through, because I thought for a certain fact that bastard ball was going to bulge into the net. But yeah, when little things like Muller missing a chance like that happens, you sit there and you think, is it written in the stars? Could it be finally England's time? You just never know. I've always said, from a Newcastle's perspective, I would rather Newcastle win the League Cup than England win anything. But under the current ownership and structure and everything else, we're a million miles away from winning out. Won't even pay 4 million fucking quid from someone from Southampton because he's 27, man. What a fucking whopper running our club, man. But but yeah, it could well be that the stars are lining up for England. But it all is about now that tournament performance, and I suppose that's what we've done so far. We've not been fantastic, but we got the job done, and we got the job done last night. Germany had no answer to what England brought to the table, barring that Muller one. But to be fair, England did have other chances. Kane at the end of the first half, oh my word, I was like, what the fuck? I think it shows that he's got a little bit of a lack of confidence, because I think normally he'd have smashed that with his left foot and at least had a go, but he took a touch to his left, tried to get on his right, tried to take it round Neuer, and I was just like, oh my word, don't overcomplicate it, you're over-egging the pudding, man. But hopefully that goal, great header, right place, right time, does something for the lads' confidence, because you've seen it previously for England, you've seen it for Spurs time after time. Once he gets going, you'd imagine that would be it. And you imagine that he would just start banging them in on a regular basis, and I hope that's the case. Certainly Ukraine will be shitting their pants coming up against a Kane, potentially rejuvenated, potentially back on the goal path, so let's fingers crossed for that one. The game is in Rome. If we are to get the job done, if we do defeat Ukraine, which you've got to say England on paper would be favourites for it, we would be coming back home for semi-finals and potentially finals. I'll say it all potentially here and asterisk it and stuff like that, at Wembley. So this is a huge game, huge opportunity, and we've got to take it. We've got to snap your hands off. Get through this easier side of the draw, by other teams like Italy and Belgium are playing each other, and then you've probably got a difficult opponent in the final. But you just never know. And England are capable, I think, on their day of defeating anyone. And with Graham Jones, who's allegedly agreed to stay on for the World Cup qualification journey as well, on loan from Newcastle, it must be added. Yeah, anything's possible. Anything is possible. But try not to get too far ahead. Last night, fantastic, great, buzzing at the end of the full-time whistle, and the scenes, the the joy uncontrolled from the stands and the fan parks and everything. To see Southgate have a certain amount of personal redemption was also a nice little bow, tied up on the gift that was a 2-0 victory over Germany. To see David Seaman back up in the stands and stuff as well, you could tell it meant a lot to these lads who lived through the Euro 96 heartbreak and stuff against the Germans. But yeah, England through to the quarterfinals. Germany dumped out. It finished at Wembley Stadium. England 2, Germany 0. Auf Wiedersehen, Germans. We'll no doubt meet you again down the line somewhere else. But yeah, that tasted sweet. That did. I think anybody connected to England would say, regardless about the football and stuff like that, the result fantastic. And yeah, victory over the Germans. Oh, it tastes oh so sweet. Revenge finally for England. Yeah, 2-0 at Wembley. Like I said, we will be back. We're still keeping up with the Newcastle news and everything all across our social media. We will be back covering the build-up and the reaction as well on Saturday. Quick turnaround. Hopefully the Ukrainian team have an extra time. It'll just be a few extra aches and pains and stuff like that. But hey, who cares about them? The focus is all on England. Hopefully no injuries. And we pick ourselves up, recover well, get to Italy and do the business again this weekend. Happy days. Speak to you later. Keep it tuned.